Hello everyone, welcome back to Hero Wars Guide. In this video, I'm going to talk about Guardians of Outland. This is one of the best, if not the very best events in Hero Wars if you are at all interested in hero development. And that should be just about all of us. This event's so incredible because it pays out exclusively high quality reward types in the Skinstone and Outland coin, and Outland coin you're just exchanging right back to more Skinstones. And the quantities that you're getting out of this are really very impressive for the relatively low cost as far as special events are concerned. Skinstones, generally speaking, are going to be one of the slowest things that you develop on your account unless you take great care to focus your spending pretty heavily into that bucket. So both type and quantity, we're looking at a really nice event here. It's going to be pretty strong at almost any spending level. But if you're, ever the type to max out an event, I would think this is one that you should think about doing. And this is an event where you really want to get a fourth day out of it if you're somewhere in the world where that is possible. And that's especially true if you're not going to max out the spending. Alright, so let's take a look at the details of why I say all that. We'll start out at the free-to-play level. I do have it set to 4 days right now, and I am assuming that you've got the Hero Soulstones on reserve. That may not be true for everyone, but if you've got them, this is a great event to use them up. There's only 450, where most others will ask for 500, 600, or 1,000. And the payout, again, the type and the quantity, very good here, and it will help support getting this special event quests task further along. And I am saying free to play in terms of spending on this event, but I'm assuming that you are at least at VIP 5 to get this thing started. Alright, but that said, I think everyone, even the very most free to play level of player, needs to open up, or really should open up a handful of Outland chests here. It's really a no-brainer. Here you spend just a little bit of emeralds, 540 here to open up a few, and you get this really big return on investment. But really, I think even totally, someone who's not buying anything else in this game at this point should get up to this point here. If you've got the fourth day out of it, you're opening chests just at the 90 emerald level, which is one of the best buys in the game anyway. And you're getting, for a few thousand emeralds, a really big return. And to make the point about the extra day quickly here, I'll turn off the extra day and show here that the ROI numbers for the milestone that I've selected here has gone down a good chunk here, and you do have to spend into the 200 level to get here, and then the final ones are going to be worse yet. It's still amazing numbers, but just not quite as strong. Oh, and before I go any further here, I do want to call out that I made a change recently here to the event ROI and the event value from emeralds. And what it's doing is appropriately accounting for the changes in the special event quests here that come as a result of the spending that you do in any of these other spending tasks. It's historically been the case that these event value from emeralds and the ROI was only reporting specifically on the spending tasks themselves. But if this activity drives up this final task here to a new level, I'm now appropriately factoring that into the spending as well. So if you're a frequent visitor of the site and these numbers aren't exactly what you've seen before, that's why. Alright, but back to the 4-day version of the event. I've bumped up the Outland chests a bit, but I think really you're also going to want to spend a little bit of extra energy, all the 50s and maybe a couple of the 100s to get here. And this is really what I would call the baseline of what I think, anyone, even a free-to-play player, should be able to build about this much of emerald on hand from arena wins or whatever else. But then if you are a spending player or you just have bigger reserves on hand, this task is not super expensive to get all the way through, and the payout remains very strong the whole way through. So if you have the means, definitely get all of the Outland chest task done. And these numbers are going to stay very strong the whole way through. Okay, and then this is kind of the last stop before heavier spending here. You've got Outland done, energy's up to 7,000. You're spending only just shy of 9,000 for a very nice return. But then, if you have much larger reserves, then I think this event's worth going to this point here, the 30,000 emerald spend, finishing everything else up. That gets this special event quest task done, which is 3,000 skinstones of each variety. And that clears out the very best returns from this event. But that said, the last few milestones here on Spend Emeralds do stay relatively strong. If you keep an eye on this, you'll see you're at 36,000 from the spending. If I bump it up 50,000, we're going up 20,000 more in cost, and for 12,000 roughly of emerald of value. So, that's about 60% right there. That's still better than almost every event out there, but not quite as, kind of must do if you have the means as all of the previous ones. All right, so hope you guys get as much as you can out of this event. And if you can, try to get that extra day. This is going to be better than pretty much anything it's butting up against on the schedule, especially if you don't have the emeralds on hand to max this thing out. Try to get that fourth day. All right, hope this helps. I'll talk to you again soon.